Hi guys, it's Summer. Welcome back to my channel. I recently took a little trip up to the Pacific Northwest, and if you know, you know, the food is so amazing up there, and I'm really excited to show you guys everything that I tried while I was there. And honestly, it was kind of a long trip and there was so much good food that I know that this series is gonna have to get spread across multiple videos. So today I'm just gonna be covering a little bit of what I ate in Portland, Oregon, which is one of my favorite cities in the whole world, and honestly, one of the best food cities in the whole world, at least in my opinion. So I'm really excited to show you guys, and yeah, I don't really have much to say about it, honestly, except for the fact that this is my favorite kind of video to do. I've been doing a lot of these type of series lately. I just recently went to Peru and I talked all about everything that I ate in Lima, and that was amazing. And now I'm really excited to do more of these, so definitely make sure that you check out my page, keep up with me with all the updates and everything if you like this kind of video, because I will be doing lots and lots of these. But without further ado, let's hop right into what I ate in Portland. So first things first, I landed in the morning and I hadn't had any breakfast or coffee, so that was my number one concern. Once I picked up my bag, I went straight to pick up a rental car and then drove over to Pine State Biscuits. And the Pine State Biscuits location that I went to was connected to, or not like connected to, but it was in the same parking lot as Gilder Coffee, which I've never tried before. And Pine State Biscuits, I will say I have had before, and it's really good, but it had been a long time. So I got my little Reggie, which is like a biscuit sandwich basically that's sitting in gravy. The gravy was so good. I did the sausage gravy, but there's also an option for mushroom gravy. Ugh, you guys, this one always hits. And then I went into Gilder Coffee, and I actually tried a couple things here because I was traveling with friends, so like everybody got a different drink that I got to try. And my favorite drink here was the s'mores mocha. And then at this point we couldn't check into the Airbnb yet, but we had like all the cameras and everything in the car and just like all of our belongings also for the whole week. So we decided we were gonna go on a little drive because we didn't really want to just like leave the car parked somewhere with everything inside, you know? So we took a little drive into the gorge, and oh, you guys, if you've never seen the Columbia River Gorge, I truly believe it's one of the most beautiful things you could possibly see in America. You have to see it. It's so gorgeous and so magical. And this day was really cold and like windy and rainy, so we really didn't get out of the car much. We were just kind of enjoying our hot coffees and driving around. And I was meeting up with friends who live like all in different places, so this was actually perfect because we just had a nice little drive around catching up. And then after a little bit, we were able to drop off our stuff at the Airbnb, but we weren't able to like actually check in and hang out yet. So we wandered around the area that we were staying in, which is right off of Mississippi in Northeast Portland. And I would always choose to stay in this area in the future, I think, because it was literally so perfect. I'll show you guys a lot of stuff we did, but we were so central to like every place we wanted to go. It was so fun to just wander around, and it just had a really peaceful vibe. And on top of that, there was always a little bit of street parking available. So definitely strongly recommend staying in this area if you're wondering where to stay in Portland. So we wandered around for a little bit. We got a coffee at Capitola Coffee. This place is really good. And also the design in there is just like so beautiful and modern. And I don't know, I think especially because the weather was just like chilly and rainy. I think it was starting to rain a little bit right when we got there. It was just such a cozy little spot to hang out. And then we started walking around a little bit. We were kind of just like sick of sitting after being in the car for a while. And we found this cute little sex shop. Look how cute it is. I can't remember the name, so hopefully I can remember it and put it on the screen. But this place was so cute. And I think this is the future of sex shops, guys. Like, I feel like being able to go into a sex shop and have it be as cute as like any other kind of boutique, I just love that. And unfortunately, I did not buy anything here. I really thought I was gonna come back here before the trip was over, and I didn't. And I literally wanna go back to Portland just to go to the shop. Once we got all checked into our Airbnb and had a little time to relax and hang out and gab a little bit, we headed over to Eam. It's a mix of Thai food and Texas barbecue, and oh my gosh, you guys, This place was every bit as good as I thought it was gonna be. They do have tiki drinks and none of us were drinking that night, so I didn't like fully explore the tiki drink menu, but we all got different mocktails and they were delicious. So they definitely, I'm sure that their actual cocktails are even better. For food, we started out with the fried chicken. Oh my gosh, this was some of the best fried chicken I've ever had in my entire life, and I'm not even exaggerating at all. It was so good. And then we also got this barbecue brisket fried rice. I have no words for the barbecue brisket fried rice, but you guys, the real star of the show was the white curry with brisket. And I don't know, maybe it's wrong to do double brisket, but we were all sharing and enjoying this as a group. And honestly, it was 3 of us this night, and I feel like that was the perfect amount of food for 3 people. It was like 1 starter and then 2 actual like full dishes. So if you're going here, you definitely could do like a family style dinner operation. I love to eat that way when I travel, and I was so grateful that the friends that came with me also wanted to do like family style, share a bunch of things everywhere, because I don't know, you guys, it's just when you're traveling, like I want to try as many things as possible, you know? Send me a message and let me know if you agree with me or not that it's better to like share everything when you're traveling, or are you the kind of person that wants to like have your own dish wherever you go? I cannot emphasize enough for you guys how amazing Eam was. Like, I don't want to spoil my rankings for restaurants in this entire Northwest series because there were some really amazing spots, but I can tell you without a doubt this would be in my top places. This would probably be my top restaurants ever. It's so, so good. So if you are ever in the Portland area, make sure that you get a chance to try Eam. On day 2, we woke up pretty early and we headed over to Proud Mary, and it was a weekend day and we had heard that this place fills up really fast. And I don't know if maybe we were just like early enough that we beat the rush, but it was really mellow when we got there. So we got seated right away. And this place is beautiful inside. They sat us at like a communal table, which is kind of fun. And we got some coffee. I think I just had a drip coffee here, but I tried multiple people's coffees here and they were all delicious. It seems like the coffee is really like the star of the show here, I would say. And then we also ordered some breakfast items. We got a French toast, which I really, really liked the French toast. I think that was the best food item there. And then we also got a hash. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I had 1 bite of this hash and I knew it would be my only bite. I'm sorry to be a little princess, but I don't know, I couldn't eat this. It had a little warning on the menu that it was fishy, and I love seafood and fish, so I thought I would be totally fine with it. I think that the fish component is anchovies, but you guys, I don't know, it was really fishy. It was like fishy in a way that didn't really make sense to me, and then I felt like there was like a pretty major lack of seasoning on the actual hash, so this was not for me. But I saw there were a couple other tables that had that dish that were really enjoying it, so I'm sure it's just a matter of personal taste, you know. But the French toast I really recommend, and the coffee I really recommend, and I would definitely want to go back here and try something else. I feel like there were a lot of things that the waiter was recommending that sounded really good that I wished we had ordered. So it would be really interesting to go back and just try ordering a little bit differently. But yeah, this is a great breakfast. I can definitely understand why this is a really hyped spot in Portland. I feel like everyone I talked to was recommending going and getting breakfast here, so I'm glad we had a chance to try it. Then we headed over to Roseline Coffee because we knew we wanted to hit the road this day. We actually were going out into some of the smaller, more like wine country towns because we wanted to go thrifting and hit some small town thrift stores. If you're a big thrifter, you know these like little towns have the best thrift stores, and Oregon just has like amazing thrifting overall. Honestly, that could be its own video. I literally think I bought like 10 sweaters in Portland, among other things, some dresses, lots of stuff. So we were on a thrift adventure this day. So we got our coffee and we hit the road. We had some fun and we made a stop at a chain. I think that this chain is only in Oregon. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe I'll look it up and put it on the screen. But this chain, Burgerville, if you've been here before, you know it's delicious. It's like a really cute kind of like retro looking burger establishment. I don't know, it's like a drive-through. It really just looks to me, it has the vibe of like an old school Taco Bell. Is that crazy? Let me know if you guys agree with that or not, but that is like the vibe in here. It reminds me of like a really old school, like early 2000s. I just said retro and then early 2000s, but I don't know. I'm all over the place, guys. Help me determine what is the vibe of this place. I'm not sure. This place is so good. I wish I had been a little hungrier here because I would have loved to try an actual burger, but I got some truffle parmesan, like waffle cut fries. What would you call that? Waffle cut fries? I think that's what you call them. Waffle cut fries. And then also this like mocha shake that I shared with my friend. And I wish I could have tried more stuff here, but it was so, so good. I have a feeling that if I lived in Oregon, Burgerville would be a problem for me because this shake honestly was so good. I think I would have gone back for one like the very next day. Once our thrifting adventure was complete, we got to one of the best dinners of this entire trip. Okay, this video is a hard hitter because we have Eam and we have this next place that I'm gonna say. These are two of my favorite restaurants in the whole world, and that is Shalom Y'all. You guys, I have been to Shalom Y'all twice now. There's a lot of repeats on this day and on day one as well. And the reason for that is because I love Portland and there's a lot of good food in Portland. And some of these places, ever since I went there the first time, I've been thinking I need to go back there and film a video for OFTV to talk about this because there are just so many amazing places in the Northwest. So it's very possible that both of these places will end up in my like top restaurant ranking for the entire Northwest. And this is just with my first 48 hours of being in Portland. So let me get into what we had at Shalom Y'all. We started out with the labna. I love labna. I'm a huge labna fan, so this was delicious. And then we also had this charred cabbage, which I have to say, this was the best cabbage I've ever had in my entire life. I have had cabbage prepared in some creative ways. Like I went somewhere where I had like a cabbage steak, you know, when they like put it on the grill and it's like a half cabbage and they serve it to you super seasoned. So I know that cabbage can be delicious when it's prepared right. But this charred cabbage was unlike anything I've ever had. It was like a shaved Brussels sprout, but better. I don't even know how to explain this except for just to tell you that you need to try it. We also had the chicken shawarma. I feel like this was pretty good. It wasn't anything I would necessarily write home about. And then the real star of the show, you guys, is the lamb carnitas. This is the one thing that last time I went here, I knew I could never come back and not get. And if there were two things I was gonna recommend to you, oh, two is hard. I was gonna say two. I'll say three things that I would definitely recommend to you. You need the lamb carnitas, you need the charred cabbage if they have it, I think it might be seasonal, and you need the labna. You need these things, okay? And then I also had a blended cocktail here. I wish I could remember what it was, but I know she told me that the blended cocktails are on rotation, so it's not always the same one that's blended. And I also think the first time I went here, I got a blended cocktail, so I can definitely say the blended cocktails that I've had, 2 out of the seasonal ones, were both delicious, and I would definitely recommend trying them. And then at the end of the night, because it was one of our friends' birthdays this night, they brought us a dessert. For the dessert, they brought us this ginger ice cream that had preserved lemon on top. And you guys, this is like one of those things that I feel like I never would have ordered on my own. And I'm so glad that they brought it to us because it was amazing. It was so, so good. And yeah, I wouldn't have tried it if they didn't. And now I feel like if I went back, I would need to get this again. All right, you guys, that is everything that I ate on days 1 and 2 of my Portland trip. I am so, so excited to get into the rest of the places that I ate while I was visiting the Pacific Northwest. Definitely send me a message and let me know if you've tried any of these places or if there's anywhere that you think I should try next time I'm in the area. I love visiting the Pacific Northwest. I think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. I love how wonderful people are in the Pacific Northwest. I feel like there's just like a specific, very friendly vibe that I appreciate so much, and I just love visiting there. So I'm always looking for an excuse to get back up there. Definitely let me know where I should go next, and let me know what other places you guys want to see me visiting. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.